Good morning. Welcome to the Corner Club Rooftop Talking. Got your boy Yay. And the title is Why is a Man's Woman Considered His Biggest Flex? Good morning, Miss Hope. You always popping. I love you, Miss Hope. Oh my God. You're so loyal. Ever since,
I am. My phone is my phone is acting up. So if you can't hear me, you can. So I'm just gonna listen. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you right now. Definitely
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you
me?
right now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my internet is acting crazy out here.
One of my
Yeah.
loyalist friends on here. I
Good
appreciate you, Miss
morning.
Hope. What's up? What's up? What's up, Craig? What's going on with you, brother? So lit on the title. Let me lay some groundwork down first. So to the title, why is a
Good
man's woman
morning.
considered his biggest flex? All right, bro. In today's episode, we are diving into a conversation that is old as time, but is relevant. If you think it's relevant, yes, I think it's still relevant. Why is a man's woman often seen as his biggest flex from ancient kings, showcasing their queens and modern flaunting their partners on social media? What does this say about status, love, ego, and society's expectations? Today, bro, we're going to explore whether this is a healthy pride or toxic validation. It's going to kill motherfuckers. And what it really means when a man says, "Look at her, she is mine." That is the conversation. Hey, Vaughn, that is the conversation you're going to have today. And I'm wondering what you guys are thinking about that. Uh, is it toxic validation, pride? What is it? Welcome to my stage. What's up, Vaughn? My teammate, my bro, Pray, and Miss Hope. Is that Rob down there or no? Albert, my trusted friend in God.
Dr. Albert.
So that's the thing. That's the thing. Shit. Dr. Vaughn, you can just model the people that usually mod in the room. If you're there.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up,
I'm
Doc?
clutching right now. What's up, Stun? You can bring Stun. I think I just seen Stunner name down there up the top. And I gave the introduction, and this here is this is old as time. We have talked about this, and I just mentioned that from modern kings showcasing their kings and queens to men showcasing their women on modern day social media. And the question is it toxic? Is it pride? Uh, Toxic validation, or is it healthy pride? And I wanted to unpack this today. Now, listen, historical perspective. Women as symbols of power and alliance in ancient times. We talked about that, and I don't think I need to really go into that, but if we want to, we can go into that. Probably think that we should. Since we're laying some ground floor down. When a king and queen want to do business with each other, when they want to, uh, when they want to do business, when they do commerce with each other, what they would do is they would have their daughter, beautiful daughter, and a lot of them wasn't beautiful, but they have their beautiful daughter marry a king, whether he's handsome or ugly, just to do business, right? Alliance and stuff like that. I don't think I need to go further into that. We talk about status and beauty, how society equates a woman looks or accomplishments with a man's success. So we can open up the floor right now. What do you guys think about the title? And good morning to everyone on the panel. What the hell, Dr. Album? What's up, Stunner? What do you guys think about that? Go into it.
I think it's a good title, man.
Appreciate it. What's up, Robert? Help me ping up while we in here at the same time too. I don't usually open up in a 400. What's up, Royal? Help me ping up while we're here. But what do you guys think about what I've said so far?
Well, I didn't hear all of what you said, but I mean, if the premise is, I mean, I think a woman does represent a man. Like, I mean, she's definitely represents. She's his representative, basically. So it's important that you have one that just represents, your mission. I mean, she can be an incredible asset in your life. So I don't know if it's his greatest flex, but it's definitely, you know, it's an important flex. Like it matters. Like the type of woman that we have matters.
Mm,
Definitely. It ain't about her
it
look.
definitely matters.
Yeah, it doesn't. It ain't even about her look because I think once you get past the look and when you're in the situation, people are engaging with your woman. What do they say? Right? We all done it. Yo, man, that's a good woman you got there, bro. Like, that like I pull, how many times do we pull each other to the side and give accolades to a woman that we discover is really good for our bro? You know what I'm saying? We give him props, we tell him, yo, man, keep her, whatever. We say things like that when we see value in that woman. You know what I'm saying? So, or I've had conversation with people close to me, like, yo, man, are you okay? Da da da. Like, I'll have that conversation as well. Like, yo, I'll just be straight up sometimes. But and whether or not the brother chooses to stay with her or whatever, that's his choice. But at least I've said my piece. So yeah, it does matter the kind of woman that we with. Ole.
I agree with Robert. I feel like a man's woman is like a secretary, receptionist to a job. The face you see when you walk into a building, how they act, how they treat you in the company. So that's how I feel. She definitely matters. It is a flex. They walk in and this receptionist is great. She's talking good, like, oh, that woman you got up front, she's very good, she's very nice. So it's kind of like a business. Yeah.
Hmm. And so, in forward, um, women's reputation is very, very important to a man too. So, I think right now we're in a society where reputations don't really matter. It matters a little bit, but more of a sex reputation. Oh, she fuck good. She get yeah. You guys get what I'm talking about. And it's not more of damn. What does she do? Is she modest? Is she yeah? Is she pretty? And how how much money she can make? That's what I think. All the lesser things are really highlighted nowadays, rather than what we back in the days when we. I'm sorry. I know when I'm driving and I'm switching gears and shit like that, switch lanes, I get this stuttering and stuff like that. Okay, so give us some examples from celebrity culture, sports, and everyday life of this. What men think about their women. We don't have to go so high. All right, Beyonce and Jay. If you think Beyonce, if you try to compare Beyonce to another, let's say a Sukiyana, do you think that Jay Z will deal with Beyonce? Will it deal with Beyonce? Do y'all think that? Just a celebrity, just one
I, I,
in the
I,
room.
I,
Yeah.
well, okay. In that case, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Jay just seems like a man who will always pick a certain type of woman. He happened to pick Beyonce. I'm sure he had his reasons, but I think everything he does is calculated and thought out. And so, I think he could have another Beyonce easily, or I really think that. I really think that he will always choose, even if the woman wasn't a entertainer. I think the woman he would choose would just end up becoming dope and being a part of whatever he has going on. I really believe that. I don't know if that answers the question, but
It
I don't.
didn't it didn't answer the question, but we can go for a round two. So basically, what I'm saying is, if if Beyonce had the reputation of a Sukiana, do you think that he would have
Oh,
put her in uh his lineup, in his
fuck no.
future,
Oh, fuck
in his plans? Do you think that? And
no.
why not?
No, because he's very calculated about his image. Like he's very calculated about who he moves with. Most men that have built some shit, especially when you build an empire, you know damn right. Like you pick the wrong woman, you could fuck up your whole shit. We know that definitely, absolutely. You know that to be your wife, to any woman I speak
Hmm.
to in my life, believe me, she's a high impact person. She's there for a reason. I don't even take pictures with no random women. I don't, yo, I'm so particular about the woman that stands by my side, bro. So I know
Hmm.
that shit too. So absolutely, he's not gonna pick somebody with a wild background. Of course not.
Right, right. So I would like to have the participation of everybody on the panel, like to have everybody's perspective to make it more of a conversation. No, we don't need any stage ornaments. If people want to stay on the stage, they can just go down to the goo and enjoy the episode down there. Appreciate it. So,
If
who's that? Somebody just came off the mic.
that
Wanted to
was
answer the
me, I
question? Go
said
ahead.
if you wanted me to get off stage, that's all you had.
Oh my God, girl. Oh my God. Anyway, and I think my boy uh, uh, Emac is at work right now too at the same time. But that's my Brody. That's my move. Sip Lord Jaguar, what's going on? Alpha, haven't seen you in a hot minute. But what do you guys think about what I've just said? Do our women uh look, should women worry about their reputation if they want to deal with a certain type of man? Because I feel as though men do consider women their biggest flex, but they can't flex because every man has that woman. What do you guys think? Any one of you guys come off your mic?
Well, you said should women worry about their
Well,
reputation? So
yeah.
absolutely,
Well,
100%.
I was talking. Well, you've spoken. I would like for these ornaments to speak. That's on the stage. That's
Got you.
Nah, they gotta watch what they do, cause you don't want to get to the party and your girl, you have to sit at the table and five niggas at the table fucks your girl, your wife at that. So yeah, they gotta watch their reputation.
what about you, Sip? You have a wife.
I'm curious to know, how would you know somebody's reputation? Like, how would you
So
find that?
how? I'm curious to know the answer first, and then maybe we can go to your question next. Is that cool?
That's wild.
How do you answer a question with a question? This is crazy. It's kind of
Yeah,
Sip Lord.
no disrespect, but that's how the women answer the questions. They give you another question.
Oh shit. Yeah. No, Sip. So can you be a man? And the answer to the question is a woman's
No.
reputation important to a man.
Hey, what's good morning? Yay. How she carries
No,
herself,
I don't think so.
what she, how she carries herself, what she looks like, are definitely very important. In how she represents him when they walk into a room or when they're around other people. Absolutely. The first thing you notice about a woman is what she looks like, and then and then how she's carrying herself and how she's speaking in a room. And those things are what are the leading factors, the beginning factors in the interactions with other people when you are out with someone, when you're out amongst other people. What she looks like, what comes out of her mouth, how she
Mhm.
carries herself, because that's what people notice first.
Exactly. I agree. And you know, when I hear men say that a woman's reputation means nothing to you, I do wonder what type of woman you have. I do wonder what type of man you are.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I say yes and no
Yes.
because, and I'm gonna tell you why it's yes and no. A woman reputation usually means something to a man once it's acknowledged by another man. A lot of men operate with women that had horrible reputations, but because when they're confronted with by other men about her reputation, this is when they become defenses of her reputation. A lot of men don't even use it or highlight it until another man brings it up, or they're in a social circle and somebody says something that she did, something that she referenced, or somewhere that she was. They find themselves on the defensive end. A woman can have a bad reputation somewhere and move somewhere, and that man be none the wiser to anything she did in the previous place that she lived at. So you have no, like, unless you got a Potter crystal ball and you from Hogwarts and you can somehow look in there and see something, you don't know. She can easily change, adjust, or find some way to change the way that she acts. So that's why I say yes and no.
Maybe I should differentiate between street busters and men of substance at this point.
So yay. So yay. Let me just go off your content script
I
for a
want to
second,
go off your
and let me
life.
just
I want you to go off you.
so that,
You, Simp Lord. I don't want to say your real name, but you.
so the definition of reputation is the general opinion. Okay, I like how they started that out. It's the general opinion or belief that people have about someone or something based on their past behavior, character, or achievements. So that's why I asked the question. Unless she is telling you something about her that you didn't know, or unless you meet her and you can see what she's doing publicly, how would you know what her reputation is?
Dr. Alba, I'm so disappointed in your mentorship when it comes down to Simp Lord. I have to say that I'm fucking disappointed. Disappointed. You should never ever come on the stage again, Simp, and say, "Dr. Albert is my mentor, sir." It doesn't matter if you have if you have a reputation and people in your community says this is what this type of person is. This is how she acts. You mean
That's
to
their
tell
that's
me
their
you
that's
need
their
to go look at
opinion.
her
I just
accolades
read
as I'm a
you
woman?
I just
That's
read you the
what you're looking
definition.
for. You want to fight me
Yeah,
on this, and I'm not getting it. I'm just trying
fight.
to find out does a
I
woman's reputation
literally just read
matter to you?
just
Yes,
read you
sir.
I just read you the definition.
I know the
I don't have to
definition of
fight.
reputation, sir.
I don't have to fight.
I know the
I just read
definition.
you the
I know the
definition.
definition.
Nah,
But
clearly you don't, because I just read it to you
clearly
and you
you don't.
still.
here,
Still
Clearly,
here,
doing
your
the
brain
content stuff.
here's the issue.
is
Here's,
fried. You're fried.
yeah,
You're fried, man.
yeah. Let me jump.
Definitely fried. What
So
is going on right
okay,
now?
Yo, here.
while y'all
Oh,
before y'all get too deep into y'all arguing,
Well, we're not
Simplore,
arguing.
there's a saying that your reputation precedes you, meaning you don't necessarily have to interact with someone for them to know about your reputation through word of mouth, by what other people have said about you, by just observing how people interact with you. You don't have to interact with a person to know their.
yo,
Right, that's true. I want to say one thing. That's true. But if your own experience is contrary to what you're saying, then that reputation status become debatable. Somebody say, "Oh, Rico, an idiot. He always yelling every time we go out, and every time you've been with me, then you say, I don't see that. I've never seen Rico act that way. I've never seen Rico behave that way. I'm telling you, this guy every time we go out, you said Rico come over with me. He's always respectful. He's always this. So yes, your reputation precedes you, but it depends on who you're getting the feedback from. If it's from another person that you hold in high regard, you hold that person word to be dear to their assessment of the person. But if it's just someone, when it comes to relationship to a woman, and y'all in the barber shop and the men say, man, she do this and you ain't seen that, most men are just gonna blow that off like, bro, I don't know what they talking about, bro. It sounds like a bunch of hate to me. It sounds like a bunch of y'all mad because she did not give y'all the time of day. Like, I ain't seen her do none of that.
Thank you,
Well, that's
Rico.
different. That's
Thank
hold,
lies.
you.
That's
hold,
lies. That's different,
yeah.
Rico. And I get that part right there. We know we have haters, such and such. But you guys, you can't be naive to the truth. You can see in the woman's action how she carries herself at the same time too. You could be with her and you see how every time she turns around, she has wondering eyes. Okay, and then now you sit there and you choose to ignore the reputation of this woman or how she presents herself, and then you end up getting a relationship with her, right? Deep, deep relationship, and then you get angry at yourself, saying, "Oh shit, I've seen these things. Why did I ignore them?" So listen, like I said, good morning, welcome to the 400 Club Rooftop Talk. You got your boy Ye. You can blame Ye for everything. Hey, they do it anyway. Why is a man's woman considered his biggest flex? Are your women, the women that you're dating, are they considered your biggest flex? Let's talk about that. And why are they considered your biggest flex at this point? What have they achieved? Have they stood by you? Have you started businesses? What is it? Just tell me about
It's everything, man. It's every fucking thing, man. Let me and this notion that you can't tell a woman. Let me. I don't know what y'all dudes or who y'all did, what y'all experiences. You ain't gotta know a woman was living a certain type of lifestyle. That shit is gonna echo itself as you get to know her and you move about the world. Who she is going to surface. You cannot hide that shit. Even if you don't know her reputation, her character, how she move, how her family respects her, you're gonna begin to see all of that. You see the impact of the person that you're with as you move about their family, their friends. You begin to get an understanding of who the fuck that person is, right? So this notion that, oh, somebody told me, man, ain't nobody gotta tell me shit. I got the instincts and the experience to know a thing when a thing is a thing, and I could call it that way. Like the brother was saying, she could have wandering eyes. You could find out so many things about a person after that initial meeting, after that initial attraction, after a dinner or two, if you spent a couple of dates together, she begins to surface. Your footprint fucking stays with you. None of us can go anywhere. I mean, we all can start over and live a different type of lifestyle. I get that. But our footprint is our fucking footprint. I've gotten calls from dudes on the other side of the country, right? I ain't gonna get into detail. And the call goes like this, yo, I don't know you. I see you're a cool cat. Pop, 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 pop. I want you to know XYZ. And when he said it to me, I said, first of all, I said thank you to him. He said, thank. I said, yo, I know what time it is. I know who this person is. And then we had a chuckle. We ended up becoming very close because this brother actually reached out to me, not on no hate shit, because the person did some fuck. It was a long story. But what he was saying to me was truth. I didn't take it as somebody hating or anything like that at all. But what I'm saying is, man, you'd be surprised how small the world is. And when you're a popular person, you get information. People are constantly giving you information. Some really genuinely respect you and don't want to see you in some fucked up situation. Yeah, and there's some hate out there, and you have to, use your discernment. But absolutely, your reputation and your footprint, that shit follows you for the rest of your life. Don't get it twisted. I land.
Yeah, I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. And why I disagree with that is because in most religious settings, the whole church is derived off people that said I came from a bad background. that I've changed my life and dedicated my life to Jesus Christ, because that nobody can oppose judgment on those people. Nobody then can say, well, you used to be this, because then you seen as the bad person. There's people, men and women now, that are successful entrepreneurs. Anybody, if I reach back, no matter, I go on any TV right now and be like, Jay-Z used to sell drugs, Jay-Z was out in front, nobody cares. Right now, his life is at a polarized position, to no matter what he's done in the past, you highlighting what he done in the past makes no sense. No one is trying to go back and be like, I can say, well, Michael Jordan cheated on Juanita, and he doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We all know he did it. What he's doing now has superseded anything that he's done in the past. If a woman is from somewhere and she's now as a mother, she has children, she's in her profession, I can go bring her, oh yeah, but when she was 19, she was out there, when she was 20 years old, she was out there hoeing and doing, ain't nobody trying to hear nothing I'm saying, bro. I'm just gonna
They
look
will
like a
never
person.
respect.
I'm just looking like a guy who can't let a person move on with their life, who made some decisions. If I go on any block and be like, oh well, this guy started a business, but yeah, dog, you sold drugs when you nobody, I'm gonna look like an idiot. Because now to say that you can hold that, so like your reputation only precedes you in the field that you're currently doing the things that you past were in the past doing. So if you're continuously exhibiting the bad behavior, people will connect your reputation to the bad behavior that you had previously. But if you have made a conscious decision to change and move on, you look like an idiot keep highlighting somebody's past.
Can I rebut that?
Yeah.
So you gotta understand. I get it. You're like, oh, it looks crazy, but it happens at different levels. It happens at the low level street level. It happens in the white collar level, and it happens presidentially. Famously, our presidency just passed like a year ago, and throughout that whole run, especially getting towards the vote, they started hammering Kamala. Online started hammering Kamala. You know this bitch fucked her way to the top. You know she sucked this nigga dick. This, done, the third. Blah, 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 blah. Like, no. It matters on all levels. And if you're a man of substance, a man that has a large network, it will end you on all levels. And it depends on who the man is. That's really what it is. Like you said, if you go onto the block and you're like, oh yeah, your girl this and the third, no one cares. You're a block nigga. You know what I'm saying? But when you in them corporate offices, when you a politician, when you are just a regular entrepreneur and you making deals, right? And the dude you making a deal with has a wife, and she knows of this woman's reputation. For some women, that's a threat. I don't want you nowhere near that nigga with that bitch right there, right? So I get what you're saying, Rico, but ultimately, that shit always matters.
Yeah, your example to me didn't hit at all, because Kamala Harris can walk in any place of business and be respected as Kamala Harris' husband. That makes no sense. He can literally, nobody going to bring up nothing, bro. You if none of that is verifiable, no one has any concrete evidence, bro. You can't. These men that are marrying, if
Niggas
right,
talk, Rico.
wait a minute, brother, hold on. If Dr. Albert say, hey, that I'm marrying Stunner, and I say, I know Stunner, man. Stunner used to be out there. Ain't nobody on this stage finna run to Dr. Albert face and be like, man, you marrying some hoe, bro. You're not gonna do that. You gonna like, hey man, I wish you well. You know, that's what we do it. Now, in the privacy of our own home, we might be like, yo, man, I can't believe he married, bro. That's crazy. But we we like, hey, let's hope for the best.
We
Nobody going
will
to
say check her background.
no,
Did you check her
no,
background?
no,
Oh,
nobody is going to nobody's wedding and be like, bro, like, unless it's something that's so in the open, that is so egregious that they're currently doing, that you making that person embarrassed, like, at that moment. As long as that person is not exhibiting that behavior, you can say what you want about Kamala Harris. It doesn't matter. There's no room she can't go in right now. There's no space she can't operate, and there's nobody she can't have any type of decisions or like some type of power engagement meeting with. She almost became the president of the United States. Of course, dirt is going to fly when you run in a political campaign. That's what the other side is paid to do, to dig up dirt, to try to tarnish your reputation. So what I'm saying is, every point you guys are making about this, it doesn't have any validity to it, bro. It only matters to the person that it matters to, not the person that's in love with the person that they want to
yeah.
marry.
Can I
A lot of
speak,
fucking,
please?
a lot of fucking sense on this goddamn. Get ahead, man.
I
I'm talking
think
about you, Doctor Alba. I see what you wrote in the chat, buddy. Go ahead, go ahead.
I understand what Rico is saying, and I'm sorry, my baby's in the background. But I understand what Rico is saying, but I also do think that people remember your past. Like your reputation does follow you, regardless of, regardless of many things. Like even people that are like, I'm, they go to AA meetings. I'm an alcoholic, even if they haven't been an alcoholic for 20 years, or people that was on drugs. I'm an addict because that precedes you. Your behavior that you consistently did for a long time, it's gonna it's gonna have an effect on you, and it's not only gonna have effect on you, it's gonna have effect on your name. Like somebody that was an addict for 3 years is gonna be an addict for the rest of their life because they showed, irresponsibility in a certain area. So I don't know. I know that, like, yes, you could say, yeah, I've changed, I'm doing better, but you do have to like give credit to where you came from. You used to be a hoe, and that's just the reality, and you overcome that, and kudos to you for overcoming that and becoming a better person. But my grandma is like, what, 70 now, and she used to do crack, and we everybody call her a crackhead, or there's rumors of her being a crackhead in the family. That don't just disappear and poof in the magic air. So that's all I have to say.
So going
Thank you,
back to
Sheikah.
what
Wait a minute. Well, I would like to go and push this conversation a little further, right? And it's going to be for the women, so just let me get that out. I don't know if I have a red bar. You can hear me not or not. I want to know how women feel about being someone's flex. Is it empowering, or is it demeaning? Let the ladies answer this here. Let's start with you, Stunner.
It's very empowering. I would feel good being on a man's arm, knowing that I look good to the world for him, to him. So yeah, it's very empowering.
Chiquette.
Very empowering, because you're an extension of your man. And if you're out here and, you're doing well for yourself, you're impressive or whatever, in many ways, maybe that's your mind, or even, the way that you're keeping up with yourself, you're taking care of your body, your face, all that. I think that's empowering.
So only have two. We only have two women on the stage right now. Bunny, come here, Bunny. What do you think, Bunny?
What's
Okay,
up,
yeah,
yay?
there she is. Good morning, Bunny. What do you
Good
think?
morning. It's,
Did you
yeah,
hear the question I just asked you?
no, go ahead,
Just
repeat
asked.
it. Repeat
I
it,
said,
sorry.
how do women? Hey, Cat is here too. How do you? How does women see a man? Oh shit. Let me just hold on. How do women feel about being someone's flex? Is it empowering, or is it demeaning? And I want you to answer that question next, Cat.
Being a man's flex? The way I interpret that is that your man is proud of you in a way. Or, yeah, I would be weirded out if my husband was bragging about me. That'd be weird. Like, flexing, yeah, I think that'd be a bit
You
strange.
would be weirded if he was bragging about you. That's what you just said.
It, yeah, that
Oh
sounds a bit
no! Don't you
strange.
dare close your eyes. This is
I'm just saying, like, that sounds a little like strange to me. Like, if my husband was like, "Oh, my wife is, she does this and she does that," and like, no, that's. I mean, he doesn't need to flex because usually the men around usually give him props for me existing, anyways, just because they see how I move. There's no need for him to flex. You know what I mean? Like, men just see, like, wow, that's your wife? Lucky you. He doesn't need to say shit because I just move in a way that represents him in a good way and reflects well on him being my husband. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. A woman should be a reflection of her man and make him look good without him having to say a word to anybody.
so yeah, she likes being a flex.
yeah, she does.
She just admitted
Yes, I
that
see that.
niggas go up to her husband and tell her, yo, that's the flex, miss. You are the flex. Sorry.
Right, but I'm saying, like, you put it in the sense that, like, my husband he is actively doing something to, you
He
know what I
did.
mean?
He
Like,
chose
he's
you.
not
He
bragging.
actively chose you. Therefore, you
Oh,
are
of
the
course.
flex. You see how that works?
Yeah, no, I see your perspective.
What about you, Kat? How do you feel about that? The question I just presented to the panel. You did, Kat?
Well,
Hi. Morning.
shout out to the men that play walking trophy by hood celebrity every time he sees his woman walk. I don't have a problem. Listen, I dress good for my man because I want him to just keep looking. I smell good for him because I want him to keep sniffing. I purposely wear outfits that keeps his eyes on me all the time. And I do things, let it be my business or just things around home to remind him of what he got. So, I'm gonna stay his trophy and he better keep shining me.
To be loved